Hello, welcome to Sunday's Best 3 Minutes. So about a year and a half ago, my son and I had the talk. The conversation some parents dread from the day they find out that they're pregnant. But that's nothing compared to how so many of us dread or avoid hard conversations. Some of us are conflict avoidant. We withdraw, we retreat, we work around anything that feels tense or awkward. Others of us are conflict seeking. We look for and love to mix it up, especially if someone has done us wrong. Several months ago, I heard a speaker who talked about the importance of having crucial conversations well, and he said this: if we don't talk it out, we're going to act it out. Avoiders act it out by avoiding, working around and walking around difficult conversations or difficult people. Seekers act it out by becoming aggressive, even bullying in how they relate to people around them. If we don't talk it out, we're going to act it out. And the way that we're going to act it out is going to undermine right relationships rather than help create or build them up. Well, Jesus knows all about our tendencies, and he's all about right relationships. So he saved some of his clearest, simplest, most direct teaching about how to have the talk. Here's how Jesus encouraged us to start having the talk. Here in Matthew 18, he says this: if your brother or sister sins against you, go and point out their fault just between the two of you. He then goes on to outline a process if the person doesn't respond well. But this first part's so hard for us, we're going to camp out right here. It's not complicated, is it? Pretty straightforward. Someone sins against you, you go talk to them, just the two of you. But most of us, if we talk to anyone, talk to everyone and anyone but the person who sinned against us. Jesus lays out a measured, deliberate process that challenges and stretches both conflict avoiders and conflict seekers. Because conflict avoided and conflict seeking is about one person, me. Conflict avoidance is about me protecting me, self-protection. Conflict seeking is about me also protecting me, seeking to justify myself and establish myself. But Jesus lays out a process where the goal is not about you and me. The goal is reconciliation, not self-justification, not self-protection. The goal is reconciliation, and so the process is one that honors the other person, even if they've sinned against us. So this week, 2 simple take-home questions for us to go along with Jesus' simple, clear teaching on how to have the talk. Question 1 is, who sinned against you recently? Right? This happens to us all the time. We're in a world where people bump up against each other. Who sinned against you recently? Question 2, have you talked to them in a reconciliation is my goal kind of a way? Not stuffing it down, not talking to everybody else, and also not becoming aggressive or attacking. Jesus invites us into a healthy conversation process. And I encourage you to read the rest of Matthew 18 to see how he coaches us how to have the rest of the talk if they won't respond. Well, next week we're going to wrap up our Finding Forgiveness series, and this series has started so many conversations around our church. We're going to have an open Q&A to field people's questions about forgiveness, and I want to do the same thing here in Sunday's Best 3 Minutes. If you've got a question or something you want us to address here on Sunday's Best 3 Minutes, drop me an email here at this address, and I will field and respond to a couple of those questions to frame our conversation next week. So drop me an email, and thanks for joining us this week on Sunday's Best 3 Minutes.